New photos of American soldiers posing with Afghan corpses have emerged in the US. The images appear to be another example in a series of extreme breaches of discipline by US troops, which have dangerously undermined their position with the Afghan people. Let's now get some more details on this and cross live to RT's Marina Portnaya standing by for us. Marina, the images emerge at a very sensitive moment for ties between Washington and Kabul. Tell us more about that.
That's right, Rory, a very sensitive moment, and these images are quite grim. So grim that the U.S. Department of Defense did specifically ask the LA Times not to publish these photos. But the paper said that it was responsible to report objectively on the U.S. mission in Afghanistan and decided to move forward publishing these photos. Now, in these photos that were taken in 2010, you could see U.S. paratroopers grinning while either holding body parts of Afghan corpses or squatting beside Afghan corpses, and they were smiling or making different gestures to the camera, the U.S. paratroopers. According to the LA Times, a total of 18 photos were provided to them by one U.S. soldier under the condition of anonymity, and according to the LA Times, this U.S. soldier said that he wants these photos to draw attention to the breakdown in leadership and discipline that is taking place in Afghanistan, and as this U.S. mission draws on and on and on. Of course, incidents like these are posing a great challenge to already fragile relations between Washington and Kabul, and it's not the first incident. We know back in January there was an incident of U.S. Marines urinating on the dead corpses of Afghans, and in February there was the incident of U.S. soldiers burning the Qurans. In March we had the shooting rampage. 17 Afghan civilians were killed reportedly at the hand of a U.S. Army Staff Sergeant. So clearly this shows that this long U.S.-led war in Afghanistan, it's taking quite a toll on the U.S. soldiers. It is challenging and compromising the relations between the United States and Afghanistan. And all of this is happening, Rory. All of this news is coming as NATO ministers are meeting right now in Brussels to discuss the future of Afghanistan after the international coalition pulls out. So clearly a very delicate and sensitive situation, being even more compromised with these new grim photos being published of the U.S. paratroopers in 2010 posing with the corpses of Afghans.
Indeed, Marina, as you say, America meeting with its allies in Brussels today, trying to ask for $1 billion in funds per year to further finance the Afghan security operation once they leave that country. RT's Marina Portnaya in New York. Thank you. Well, meantime, former Afghan MP Dawood Sultanzoy thinks that besides posing a threat to relations between his country and the US, this scandal will contribute to NATO leaving behind one grim legacy.
Biggest legacy that it would leave if it doesn't address the problems that will be left behind would be that we will think of the West, the Europeans and the Americans, as the softer generation who are looking for instant gratification. Even in wars like this, they expect instant coffee and hamburger results of fast food restaurants in this kind of a war. And their lack of stamina and lack of perseverance will create more room in poverty-stricken and corruption-stricken countries. There will be more room for extremism, fundamentalism, and the resultant chaos and problems that would stem from that.